Hey there, Four States. This is Luke Taylor. Welcome to another edition of our KNEO Community Connection. And today we have on the phone with us Scott Lewis. He's a project manager with GoodDads, and that's an organization that we just heard about it a few weeks ago, and we thought, man, more people should know about what this group is doing. And so, hey, Scott Lewis, thank you for being with us here on the program.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on.
Yeah, well, GoodDads, I know y'all have a website, gooddads.com, but I was checking it out earlier, and I think what you all are doing is real important work. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that is the number one place to find out probably more about us is gooddads.com. But just to say a little bit about what we do, we are a father-focused nonprofit that's headquartered in Springfield, Missouri. And what we do is we offer a couple of different programs, but what we're probably most known for is creating chapters in different communities and getting those chapters to really get community buy-in and back fathers up in their community. So founded in Springfield, so we have probably our biggest chapter here in Springfield, but there are some in McDonald County. We're working on getting one started in Joplin. But we offer classes to men. So we have a range of different programs. We have a before school program where fathers and their children will come in and they will do activities. It's just really fun activities that teaches them lessons. And we have a bunch of different classes that they can do. Probably what we're most known for right now is our new Pathways for GoodDads. And that's a longer program. Mm-hmm. And it's more targeted for maybe our at-risk fathers, someone who just needs a hand, probably someone who hasn't had a father in their life, usually is what we've seen. Yeah. And they just need, some helping hands on how to handle life as a father, because not many of us were handed, the perfect notebook on how to do those things, how to be a perfect father. Yeah. So that's what we help fathers in the area do. And we just have two new programs coming out that I'm really excited about. A little bit of a bias because I'm in charge of the program, but it's called GoodDads Forge and GoodDads Plus Us. So Forge is a smaller or more condensed version of our new Pathways program that's open to any father. There's no economic eligibility requirements, open to any father. It's about a 3-month program, and it teaches you excellent relationship and communication skills. It also goes through and teaches you, how to just be a better parent. Here's some parenting techniques. And there's also an economic stability course, about 4 hours that we think is really vital because, part of being a good father is providing for your family. And we think it's really important that they know how to use their budgeting skills and how to maintain, a healthy spending habit. So that's part of what we do, but I'm really excited for these two new programs. That was the Forge, and the Plus Us I'm really excited about because it's the first time we're going to have the ability to do couples classes. We've had all these fathers. We had about 2,000 fathers go through our program at this time. So we've heard from a lot of them that they really want their partner to be in with them, right? Because they learn all these great communication and relationship skills, but you probably know it's not that easy to learn these new skills and then practice them at home and then also have to teach your partner how to use them too, right? Yeah. So we probably want a trained facilitator teaching them how to use these skills, which are just fantastic.
Yeah. Wow. So you guys you're all involved in trying to do a lot, and just to talk about why it's so necessary. I mean, there's a lot of men out there, I think, that they find themselves, being a father, and maybe they didn't plan on it, but and like you said, they might not know how to be a dad. Maybe they didn't have that good just example modeled for them. So there is really a significant need for that in society, and I think also statistics bear out that the lack of a father in the home or a good father, teaching especially their sons how to live, it leads to a lot of societal decay and just a lot of problems that come up.
You're not wrong. There's tons of facts out there. I'll give you just a few that we comment on a lot. So we like to break it up into two sections. So why it's so important for the father to go to these classes, and then why it's so important for the family and the community. So dads who are enrolled in our programs, statistically less likely to commit crimes or recidivate. They're more likely to stay sober. They're more likely to attain stable employment. They're more likely to live and be present in the lives of their children. A lot of our fathers, especially within the new Pathways program, they want to make sure that they're in their children's life, but they just don't know how to do that. And so we make ways that becomes more achievable. The sad reality of it is about 1 in 4 children in America will live without their father. And that is just about 18 million children. So that's heartbreaking. So we're doing everything we can to kind of mitigate that. So it's important for the children too, because 85% of children that have behavioral disorders, they come from a fatherless home.
Right.
85% of those children who are incarcerated come from a fatherless home. You're twice as likely to drop out of high school, and if you do go to college, you're about half as likely to graduate from college without a father. So all these odds are stacked up against you. It's not to say you can't, beat the odds, but the odds are the odds. So we're trying to do what we can to, make it a better livelihood for those kids, for those families, and the community in general too, because there's less crime. There's more labor force when dads are involved in their children's lives. So in reducing crime, increasing economic spending, it's all good for the community. Better school performance too. So, these kids, they have so much that they replicate from having a good father that it's so important that we're trying to teach these men these critical skills to be more involved in their children's life, be more than just present, but be a good dad, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, there's so much there to talk about, but I think it's just like you said, that there's so many other things in society that if you can fix the fatherhood issue,
right?
If you can help men be men, then so much other stuff just gets better in the whole community and the whole world. Before we go, tell people where they should start if someone's listening, they say, hey, I want to be a better dad, or I know somebody who could benefit from this program. Where would you send them, and then where should they start?
Absolutely. Yeah, so I would send them to GoodDads.com. There's interest forms all throughout that website. So just pick a program that's probably more applicable to you. We're starting our Forge and Plus Us, which is the Partners program, starting in April, so this month. So this is the first time we're actually getting to start these classes, so that's really exciting. So the more interest we have, the better we can manage these classes, because we don't want a class of 2 couples, right? We want a healthy class size so that you can communicate to other couples, make sure, see what they're going through. One of the other big things that our fathers really appreciate is the community that's built around it, because they know, hey, you're going through the same thing that I'm going through. My child is just as weird as your child, it's okay, we're going through this together. But yeah, so if they're interested, go on to GoodDads.com. There's interest forms. There's different programs you can look at. And there's also ways to volunteer and to get engaged, too, because we're always looking for facilitators to teach these courses. So it's a really good way to give back to the community and help father engagement.
Okay. Well, I hope people will go and check that out. So great website and just a great resource that you all are doing for people here in Southwest Missouri. Like you mentioned, there's a chapter already down in McDonald County. And
yes, there is.
Anyone listening who's down in that area, that's somewhere they could fit right in. Hey, we just appreciate Scott Lewis here. Thank you for being with us and telling us about this program that you all have.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.